I have just watched episode 5 of season 8 of Game of Thrones, and this is just going to be a rant. I am not going to go ahead and analyze this shit, but I'm so goddamn disgusted at this point. I just want to go ahead and get this off my fucking chest before I have to go and talk about it rationally. Alright, so this episode continues the endless string of insults to the audience. This has been a complete fucking waste of time. This episode redefines anticlimactic. It was a bunch of redundant, random gibberish with repetitive shots over and over again of fire streaming the streets of King's Landing as peasants are being slaughtered en masse just because Daenerys goes nuts. I cannot fucking believe how bad this goddamn thing was. I cannot believe the violations of character. All the things that happened on this episode are absolutely a goddamn disgrace. All right, how do I start? Let's just try to start at the beginning. All right, what happens? Tyrion tells Daenerys that Varys knows about Jon being Aegon Targaryen and that he's spreading the word. So basically, Tyrion sells Lord Varys down the river, and Daenerys executes Lord Varys with a dragon, while Jon Snow and Tyrion stand by and watch. Jon Snow, after being approached by Lord Varys saying what a good ruler he would be, says, "No, she's my queen, I don't want it, blah, blah, blah." Then allows Lord Varys to be executed without so much as saying a word to argue in favor of mercy, and Tyrion does the same goddamn thing. Oh, man. And then the siege of King's Landing. So we have had two great battles promised to us in this series. We have had the Battle of King's Landing, and we have had the battle to fight against the forces of the dead to save life on that planet. Both of those battles were disgraceful, wasted, a complete jumble and a waste of time. I've already ranted about how horrible that goddamn episode 3 was. But this at least was set in broad daylight, so we could see our disappointment unfold. The much fabled, much anticipated Battle of King's Landing is for all intents and purposes over like that. Like nothing. The whole goddamn thing was over in 7 minutes. The character of Daenerys Targaryen was absolutely jettisoned this episode. Every bit of character development that they gave to Daenerys in all the previous seasons was crushed beneath the wheels of an accelerated narrative that ran over the character of Daenerys, ran over the character of Jon Snow, ran over the character of Tyrion, and all the rest of them like a dog in the street. Crushed by a narrative wagon, making haste to just get to the end as fast as humanly possible. The Battle of King's Landing? God damn it, what a joke. Daenerys with one dragon just kind of manages to dodge the scorpion fire that was so devastatingly effective earlier. And it just shows the dragon destroying a bunch of the scorpions and destroying the fleet. And all of this is over, I think, in about, 7 minutes? Something like that. And they go ahead and they ring the bell of surrender, which was a condition that Tyrion had set up with Daenerys. Please, please, if this plan can get done and we can go ahead and save things, the bell will ring, stop the attack, and open the gates so people can get out. Well, guess what? Daenerys goes all Humphrey Bogart and the Caine Mutiny on their ass and turns into a lich or something. They've got her made up to look like she's turning into a lich. And she just goes ahead and starts burning them all. Burning them all, burning them all. And they try to justify this violation of Daenerys' character. They try to justify completely taking her entire character arc and wadding it up and throwing it down the toilet and pissing on it and flushing it down there by saying this quote about every time a Targaryen is born, the gods flip a coin to see whether this Targaryen will be insane or just. And so they have reduced the character of Daenerys Targaryen to a flip of the goddamn coin. and turned her into a murderous, insane bitch from hell. And you know why Daenerys goes nuts? Daenerys goes nuts when Jon won't kiss her well enough. I'm not kidding. They're talking to each other in her chambers, and then she stands up and she says, "Nobody in the North loves me. They all love you." And then he says something about, "I don't want it. I don't want to be the ruler. All I want to do is have you as my queen." And then she stands up and says, "Is that all?" And she kisses him, and then he doesn't kiss her back with enough passion, and he kind of pulls back because, she is his aunt after all. And then she looks at him and she says, "Okay, if I can't rule by love, then I will rule by fear." And then she proceeds to go apeshit. Is any of this satisfying? No. King's Landing gets destroyed, and Daenerys then continues bombing the streets, like street by street, just killing everything that moves, like a madwoman. None of this is satisfying. There is a scene where Clegane confronts the Mountain, the Hound and the Mountain face to face at last. Clegane kills all of the soldiers around Cersei and the Mountain, and then he is left alone with the Mountain and Cersei just walks past the Hound. He cannot even be bothered to spare a stroke of his sword to kill Cersei. Talk about fucking plot armor. I am beyond disgusted. I am beyond all rationalization or justification of this goddamn garbage. This is a joke. Cersei walks past the Hound, and he just lets her go. Can you believe that shit? Oh, and guess what? Euron kills Jaime. He just says, I always wanted to kill a king. Oh, at the end they say, if you kill a king, then, you're glorious or some shit. I don't know. It was a lot of crap. Basically, Jaime's up there trying to rescue Cersei from the collapsing King's Landing. So he's down by the ocean front, whatever the fuck it is, with a boat, and he's going to try to whisk her away, and then Euron catches him there. They have a pointless battle. Euron runs him through repeatedly, runs him through the side, and he's lying there. But then he rallies, and then he spends the rest of the episode making his way to Cersei, having been stabbed in the side. And I mean by a big sword. I'm not talking a little dirk or a dagger. I'm talking he's run through the side. And he makes it up to Cersei. Oh, dear God. This is a goddamned disgrace. I will be coming out with a full review of this in a little bit, but I just wanted to record a goddamn reaction because, goddamn it, after you've had 8 fucking years of this, you're supposed to have an ending that matters with the characters that were drawn for the past 7 seasons, and instead we get Tyrion not acting like Tyrion anymore, Jon Snow standing by passively while this injustice is done to Lord Varys. You have Daenerys just flip on a coin and turn into a psychotic mad king, burning everyone like her daddy. Fuck this. Fuck this. The best thing that I can say, the only good thing I can say about Game of Thrones now, is that it's better than Star Trek Discovery. And after 8 years, we deserved better than that. So I am now going to go and try to get a grip on my fucking self, and I'm going to try to discuss this rationally with Gary, and then I will tomorrow have a review of this mess. But I just wanted to go ahead and get this off my chest. Because God knows I don't want to do this live. I don't want to rant live like this. At least I can cut out the worst of it. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all people, fuck Game of Thrones and stay angry. Ha 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 ha